The fish farms are ruining our territory, they're ruining our grounds, they're trespassing, but they don't think they're trespassing. They just have no manners.
It's the latest chapter in a long and increasingly heated battle between BC's coastal First Nations and the Norwegian salmon farmers that operate in their waters. Leaders, matriarchs, and community members of the 4 First Nations that comprise the Musgamagw-Tsawataineuk peoples, whose traditional territories encompass BC's Broughton Archipelago, recently held an emergency meeting at their sacred big house in the village of Gwayasdums on Guilford Island.
We stood and supported one another with honesty and truth and come out with the very same position we've held for 30 years. We stand in opposition to open net cage fish farms.
Hereditary and elected chiefs and councillors representing villages off the north end of Vancouver Island were responding to what they view as a serious breach of protocol by Marine Harvest, the largest open net cage salmon farm operator in their territory. On June 27, the company took a number of elders and youth on a boat tour of the territory, conducting on-camera interviews about traditional knowledge and history of the area, all without the awareness or permission of the First Nations leaders.
Our traditional leaders look after our people, and also our band councils, they look after our people. They should go to them and talk to them whatever they want to do in this area.
The incursion took place amid attempts by Marine Harvest to derail a high-stakes legal action brought by the Musgamagw-Tsawataineuk that threatens the company's operations in the territory.
We're talking about destroying a way of life for our people, our resources, our territory.
It is the conduct of the company we call into question, not our own people that were on board.
I am very proud that we have come together.
I think this is going to send a strong message to Marine Harvest that we're not going to be putting up with their tactics anymore, and they have to stop this backdoor strategy that they're trying to use our people against us to divide and conquer.
In an official response to concerns raised by Chief Bob Chamberlain about the incident, the company claims the filming was only for creating a memento of the day for the elders, which doesn't jive with a previous email from Marine Harvest executive Claire Bachman, which confirms the company made use of the trip to gather valuable information.
I was approached by one of the employees of Marine Harvest last week. Went to my house to talk to me, and he said his boss wanted to meet me to interview me about Guilford, about our territory, and that he would even buy the uniforms for our soccer team, the Breakers. And I just said, well, I've never ever met any of them. All I know is that they're harming our environment.
We've told them for years, you have to deal with elected system, the hereditary chiefs, and by them using our elders and trying to use our youth in the same way is totally, totally wrong.
And they know full well that they must engage with the leadership of a First Nation when they want to talk about territory, village sites, traditional use, and those kinds of activities.
At the heart of these First Nations concerns with Marine Harvest and its recent actions are the ongoing impacts of the company and other Norwegian salmon farm operators on their traditional food resources.
What they're destroying is harming the future of our children.
We lived off the land. Now today, we can't do that.
Not just our clam beaches being destroyed with all the feces on it, but a lot of our other traditional food like lingcod and cod and shrimps and prawns. They're all being affected over the last 30 years since I've been involved with the fish farms, and there's less and less food resources out there for us.
The issue with fish farms is an old issue, and it will continue to be an issue until they pull them out of the water.
I'm ready to go with anybody.
So I can leave this room as one of the elected leaders and continue that very same fight and not stepping back for a centimeter.
Whether Marine Harvest and other Norwegian fish farmers get the message that was sent here today remains to be seen. But it's clear these latest tactics have backfired, only drawing the Musgamagw-Tsawataineuk peoples closer together, strengthening their resolve to rid their territory of open net cage salmon farms.